What's up guys and welcome back. I'm Effin Hate It and we got some pro controllers. Let's put these to the test. So the first thing you're gonna notice is they don't have the ridiculous ring around the top. But the ridiculous ring around the top provided a great deal of functionality, and we're gonna get into that in just a little bit. Now, like any controller, when I first get them, I get some grips. I want the knuckle grips on there because I have thrown too many controllers. So I slapped these grips on there. Now I'm gonna provide the link down there in the description. Now on the back of the controller, you can see that you got your little wrist strap. You can actually just twist and pull that right off. You actually put your stylus thing in there like that. Now, I spent some time with these controllers, and there are some things I want to note real quick. So first off, people looking at these for an upgrade, it's you're kind of trading quirks for other quirks. Not necessarily so many though. I can tell you that it is limited when it comes to the pros. However, there is still some drifting involved with these. But you know beforehand when you had the Quest 2 controllers and you put them right in front of each other, especially if you're aiming. If you're into shooters like me, if you're shooting at something, you're two-handing and you have them right in front of each other, you know they kind of freak out. With the pros, they are independent and they have 3 cameras on them. So with that in mind, when you have them in front of each other and they're layering over the top of each other, you can still aim without it going all bonky. But I did have my left controller drifting slightly down ever so gingerly, and I noticed it with the optic. I sat there and I held my hand out and I could see, even with a little bit of a shaky hand right there, I could still see it was just drifting off from the center all the way down to the bottom right of the lens, the hollow lens that I was using. That's where I'm going to be saying that you're trading some issues for other issues. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. So whenever you're getting your accessories, I actually have to take this off in order to get it to charge because the grip right here is just too thick. So I just kind of flake this off and then set it right on the dock and it charges. So that's not too big of a deal. So let's move on to battery life on this. The battery life, I had much more when it comes to Quest 2s. I could use those for about 2 weeks on end, and keep in mind, I do streams every Friday for like 4 to 6 hours, and I play daily for a couple hours whenever I'm recording content. With the pros, I only got 1 week of battery life on it, and I just did, I think it was during the Hubris stream is when I was losing a lot of battery life. So the bad thing is, you can't take the batteries out and just move on. You have to set them down and charge them. So you're kind of screwed out of just picking up and going. So do note that if you're just gonna keep gaming and gaming and gaming and you forget to charge this, you might not be gaming. It does take a couple hours to charge all the way as well. I think it was about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, somewhere around in that area, and then it was charged. I was trying to time it, but by the time I came back, it was already fully charged, and I already missed the actual time. So it was an hour and a half to about 2 hours. That 30-minute marker is when they finally fully charged. When it comes to the cameras, I did some testing. I put it in very low light, it still worked. I couldn't record that because, of course, with GoPros, that's what I used to record with. With GoPros, they need a lot of light, so it was just horrible. Average lighting, it works just fine, no issues. Bright lights, like right now, it's kind of bright. It works. Extreme bright light flashed right into it, still worked. So the cameras on here work great. For tracking, it works good. The only quirk is, like I explained before, having that little drifting, and it's just my back left one. So I tested this a lot with Breachers. If you want to join their alpha testing, the link is in the description. You have to go to their Discord. They have everything about downloading it. We're not going to get into that in this video, but just, you know, you just got to follow directions. It's really simple, straightforward. With the joystick, there is a little more resistance on there. It's pushing back a little more. The top part of this, it's almost like a matte texture. You know, whenever you paint your car like matte black and it has like, you know, it's not super shiny and smooth. So that is pretty much what this texture is. There is a touch spot right here when you're resting your finger. And then the A, B, of course, has touch. The joystick has touch. And on the front with the trigger, you can have your fingers off and it'll actually see your finger coming up to it. So it can track your finger, just your finger. You know, it's not like hand tracking or anything. So overall, I would say, yeah, it is a pretty decent upgrade. It's not the 100% upgrade most people think it's going to be. I think you're kind of just assuming that as soon as you buy these controllers, every single problem is going to be gone. No, that is not the case, unfortunately. I mean, the technology is getting there, but it is still not the case for these. So remember, for the price of these, you can get one of, well, you used to be able to get one of these. Almost one of these. 3/4 of one of these. But do keep in mind that if you need to replace one of these, they're going to be $80 a piece and you're going to be waiting a while. They're usually out of stock. I can't tell you how many times I had to wait. So if anybody does have the stick drift issue that keeps coming up, get yourself some contact cleaner. Some basic contact cleaner. A lot of people go with the WD-40 brand. I just go with this. This is basic stuff you can get right off Amazon. No issues. Contact cleaner is just quick drying formula that take your battery out. Any liquid that gets in there, no matter what it is, contact cleaner, electric, made for electrics or whatever, it's still gonna short shit out. So definitely take the battery out. Spray the joystick, move the joystick around, and then what I do, I just set this right here on top of a towel and let it dry for a good 30 minutes. And then I put the battery back in and we're good to go after that. Like it usually solves stick drift for a good week before you gotta do it again. So I hope this video has helped you guys figure out if you want to do the upgrade or not. The Pro controllers, to me, they are slightly worth it. Not for the full $300. I wish that price could come down a little bit, but there is a lot of technology inside the controllers in order to do the things that they are trying to do with it. So I'm gonna get back to my Breachers grind and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out till then. Got a double, bro.